everybody. Thanks for joining our weekly journey called Living Hope, designed to provide hope, inspiration, and education for those living with pancreatic cancer, sharing the real life stories of those really affected by this deadly disease and how they deal with it on a daily basis. With our host, who's no stranger to this subject here, Roberta Luna. Hey, Roberta.
Hi, Paul. Good to see you.
Did I hear you postponed your jump yet?
Yeah, we had to postpone it a little bit. We had some issues that came up on Saturday. So
Yeah, like you shouldn't jump out of a plane. That's the issue.
well, I sort of listened a little bit to my gut feeling, and when things weren't going the way it should be going, we decided maybe we better wait a little bit longer. So we're going to do it in June. But yeah, we're looking forward to
and
doing
is your guest going to join you? He's a big guy.
We may get him in because it won't. Maybe we won't have the conflict of opening week and that kind of thing. So we
He's
might
nodding.
Get him
He might go. All right. Well, who'd you bring with you? We've seen this face before.
Yes, we have. I have JB JASO with me, and very happy to have him back. Thank you, JB, for coming back. Want to talk about Purple Stride, of course, but also I want to talk about his friend and how he got started, and it's a story of everlasting friendship. So, JB, thank you for joining us, and tell us a little bit about yourself, and obviously Tyler. We want to hear a lot about Tyler and you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Once again, it's great to be back here and back on Living Hope, and as well as OC Talk Radio. So I'm the affiliate chair for the Orange County affiliate of PanCan, so the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. And we're just getting ready for Purple Stride, April 29th, so I'm pretty excited for that. So I've been involved with the organization now, I think 13 years.
Wow.
I think it's been about that. Came to the organization, got invited by Tyler Nason, one of my longtime friends, or childhood friends, and he was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer when he was 25 years old. Passed away just over 5.5 years after he was diagnosed at age 30. So yeah, so that's continuing his fight. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I was saying before I met Tyler. I think I met Tyler probably before we had met you. I think it was during one of our first advocacy days in Washington, D.C. And he was leaning against a wall, and I was curious, and I asked somebody who he was, and he goes, "Oh, he's a survivor." And I'm looking at him like, a survivor of what? I mean, he looks so young. I just couldn't comprehend that somebody that young would be dealing with pancreatic cancer when we're always told it's in your 60s and older. So, I mean, I had known others that had passed from it that were young, but that was my really first, I think, initiation with a survivor being so young, and I was just so impressed by him. There was just something about him that draws you in, you know. I don't know if you have things you can share about him. Like I said, I really want people to get to know him and understand why you do what you do, because it's really, I think, amazing.
Yeah, I think something that was always unique about Tyler was his ability to make others around him really happy, and no matter what the situation was, he always wanted to, he always talked about seizing the day, right? And I think that was something that was really unique and fun about him. Like everything that he always brought people together. He was super energetic. Always wanted to look at the positive and things that were going on in and around our lives. And even when he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and as you know how difficult that is, and the treatments and everything that goes along with that, and he always tried to make the best. And you could look at his photos, and everything that he did during once he was diagnosed, and he still tried to live every single day. His oncologist was Dr. Bill Eisenkopf, and out there by UCLA, I believe, and so I think that was something that Dr. Eisenkopf always talked about, was living your day. Just live a normal day and do the best that you could do every single day. And that's what Tyler did. When Tyler was young, he had a bucket list of things that he wanted to do, and he had so many things on his list. As a young kid, he was in Boy Scouts, wanted to make the highest rank in Boy Scouts, the Eagle Scout. He wanted to jump out of a plane. He wanted to be a pilot. He wanted to do all these different things in life, and that's what he did. Even as a survivor, he got his pilot license. He did skydiving. He drove an exotic car, and these were all things that he wanted to accomplish in life. And as he knew at 25 years old, he had to focus on surviving now. Whereas other 25-year-old kids, and I remember when I was 25 years old, I was out there having a really good time and not worrying about life. he had to change and really focus on surviving. But while he was doing that, he wanted to accomplish his things in his bucket list. And I think that was something really cool about Tyler, as he went through, and even still traveling on dialysis and still finding places where he could get his treatment, and making the best out of his life. And that's what he did. And while he was doing that, he wanted to continue to fight for future generations of pancreatic cancer patients. And when he was diagnosed, and we talk about this all the time, Roberta, like the 5-year survival rate when he was diagnosed in 2006 was only 4%. So that means 96% of people that were diagnosed with pancreatic cancer would die within 5 years. Today, we've done a lot of work, and within the volunteers, the advocates, the congressional members, Department of Defense, all the researchers, Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, as well as all the other different nonprofit organizations out there. We've gotten it to 12% now is the 5-year survival rate, and it's absolutely phenomenal what we've done. Not good enough. We could celebrate 12, but we need to continue to move forward. And and by 2030, we plan to reach at least 20%. So I think that's something special, and I could definitely say Tyler was a big part of that, and helping us fight to get there.
I think so too, because I remember, like I said, we always saw him and his parents. His parents were amazing. Totally another show on its own, I think. But he was always just very up, very positive. Even there were times when he was in the hospital and was not able to go to DC, or I believe he was actually in the hospital at DC, but he wasn't able to be there with us that day. But he was obviously there in spirit. But just the fact that I felt like he was putting everybody else first. He wanted to make sure people understood what this disease was and what it looked like, because you saw him decline from the early days to the last days, and it's just something I will always be very inspirational that he taught me, and just that his parents and his wife shared him. I mean, I would want to be, I think, stingy with my loved one if I know that that they may not be here, but they were very willing to share him, and we really do appreciate that, and I think I learned a lot from them as well.
Yeah, definitely. It was great to have them all involved with, obviously, with his treatment as well, and then his continued fight throughout the 5.5 years, and their advocacy and their participation within the organizations, within PanCan or other organizations as well, and continued participation and continued advocacy, and I think they see the importance of it as well, and it's always great to see Tyler's parents, and I love it, and we have a very close relationship, so I think that's something special for me, So.
Yeah, they're very special people, like
Yeah.
I said, and really love them and appreciate everything they've done and continue to do. And that's something, I mean, for them, because that was their son, it's something that I would almost expect that they would continue. But a lot of times, with friends and whatnot, after a few years, it's not that we forget, but we don't become as involved. So why do you continue to carry the torch, so to say, for Tyler?
Yeah, I think from the first advocacy day and seeing the importance and seeing how much of an impact pancreatic cancer has on so many people, and meeting so many people that have been diagnosed or been affected by pancreatic cancer, I've always said I've always wanted to continue Tyler's fight, even as he passed away, and just continue the fight. And we always talk about it a lot. This is a purple family that none of us wanted to be a part of, but we're very grateful for now, and we've seen a lot of I always say the PanCan kids, like growing up, and seeing them grow and just be phenomenal people in life, and and I think that's what I continue to do for, is just now we're just a huge, massive purple family, and I love being a part of the organization, and seeing the differences that we make for future generations of pancreatic cancer patients, and as long as I live, I just definitely want to be a part of this organization, and the fight, and doing it ultimately for Tyler, but for everybody else too. We've all become really close and family, and it's fun.
I know if you can put fun into there, right?
Yeah, I know. It's a good. I know we have the good days and bad days, and we all struggle through those things, and it's never easy when we hear somebody that we've lost, and but I think at the end of the day, it's a fight that we continue to fight daily, and we work really hard as volunteers to do that. And but yeah, we got to have some fun in there too, and I think we do. And I think events like Purple Stride that's coming up, I think, it is a memorable event for all of us, but we all still try to have a little fun while we're doing it.
Well, I think you have to find the positive in everything, and I think, at least I know on my family and from what I know of Tyler, they would want us to do that. They wouldn't want us to sit around and cry all the time. They want us to do something positive about the loss. So, and yes, we have Purple Stride coming up. So if you want to tell us a little bit about that, what to expect, that'd be great.
Yeah, the 2023 PanCan Purple Stride Orange County is coming up April 29th. So in a couple weeks, on a Saturday, we're going to do that at Angel Stadium of Anaheim again. So we're pretty excited to be back at the Big A. Yeah, so you could go to purplestride.org/OC to register, and we'll be starting the walk at 9:30, so a little bit later than we did last year, which is really nice.
Very nice.
So the event village opens at 7:30 in the morning, and then we'll do kick off the opening ceremonies about 8:30, and then the walk starting at 9:30. So we're pretty excited. I think we have a really good sponsorship base this year. So again, our premium sponsors, Caracolloc and Hoag Family Cancer Institute. And then we pulled in some really good sponsors. Again, Living Hope, Your Journey with Pancreatic Cancer. I think this was your second year involved, and we definitely appreciate that. We also have Keenan, City National Bank, and the Huntington Beach Lions Club, as well as many other product sponsors and participants as well coming out. I think it's really cool this year because we'll be in the front, so in front of the iconic big red hats at Angel Stadium. So we'll have a really great event village, as well as we're going to do something that for those that have registered, the team captains will get notification this upcoming week. But we'll also do a team tailgating section as well, so the teams could set up a tailgate section, and then we'll have some prizes for the most spirited teams for their tailgates. So going with the stadium theme, and then as well as a lot of people come out and tailgate at Angel Stadium prior to games, so I think it's something that's turned into a little tradition here at the stadium. So
yeah, kind of combining a little bit of baseball with a little bit of the walk, right? I mean, that's the theme. You can't beat that. It's our second year being back at Angel Stadium, and last year was awesome. But I'm really looking forward to this year. I think it's even going to be better because we are in the front and we have so many plans. And like you say, the red hats, it's what we're planning, I believe, to put our survivors will have that area. So
yeah. So the survivors will be underneath one of the red hats. So I think that'll be really cool for the survivors in that area, and a really good area to have all of our survivors and VIPs in as well. So it'd be a perfect location for them. And then I think this year too, like last year, we had our Path of Heroes, which has been a long-standing tradition here in Orange County, where we could really remember those or honor those that have been affected by pancreatic cancer. So we will have them, whoever is submitted, up on our Jumbotron on the right field side. So if you have not done so already, make sure that you do register and input their names and photos, so we can include your loved ones inside our Path of Heroes, and that's really key. April 21st is the deadline for that, so make sure you do that as well.
where will they find that information for the Path of Heroes?
So you could find it at purplestride.org/OC. Under the event details, there's a portion down there that talks about the Path of Heroes, and there's the link for you to fill out the Google form and submit your photo and whatever you would like to add to that. And I think it's really key to utilize that feature and really memorialize or remember or honor those that have been affected by pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, it's really amazing to see it on the Jumbotron. I mean, I wasn't really the biggest baseball fan, but to be on the field and then to see that, it has a different kind of, I don't know, there's just something different about it, and it was really very overpowering. So I really encourage all of you, if you haven't done it, make sure you do. If you're a survivor, please, we really need to see survivors up there as well as those that we've lost. But people need to understand that, yes, we do survive this disease. So, make sure you go to that website. And what was the deadline again?
April 21st is the deadline, so we have 2 weeks. Yeah, so I think it's 2 weeks. Yeah, And I think this is really special year for us as well. This is celebrating our 15th year of Purple Stride out here in Orange County, and this is one of the oldest, I believe, right? Purple
Pretty much,
Strides,
yeah.
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 So I think we've really raised a lot of money over the 15 years, and a lot of awareness, and we've seen the event grow, and I think it's super exciting to see that, and I'm super excited to see Purple Stride this year. It'll be fun.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it too because we had a pre, I guess, Purple Stride walk that we did at Hart Park, and it was just a handful of people. So to see that walk grow from where it is now is really amazing, and we really look forward and really hope to get everybody out there register, especially survivors. We really need to have you out there, let people see you, know that that we do survive this and how well you're doing, and it's just a fun day for all. And tell us a little bit. We have something called the Grand Club. What is the Grand Club?
Yeah, the Grand Club is an individual. It's a nationwide program that is put on by the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network, and it is a program that for those that register and raise $1,000 or more individually will receive or be a part of our Grand Club. And then they'll receive actually you're wearing it right now.
Yes, I am.
A Grand Club hoodie. Good advertisement. Yeah, so you'll get a Grand Club hoodie. You'll be recognized. We do a little bit, some more stuff here within Orange County, our Orange County affiliate. We do honor you through our social media sites as well. And then you'll be recognized on one of the Jumbotrons there at the stadium as well on event day. So yeah, there's something a little bit special for our Grand Club members. It's a great thing to try to achieve. Obviously, the money goes to the right cause, which is really key. I think that's really key too when you really are looking at the fundraising. PanCan for the 13th year in a row, I believe.
I think we're 17 or 18
or 17,
now.
okay,
Yeah,
maybe
we're
it was
up there.
yeah, way up there. We got the 4-star, the highest rating in Charity Navigator with a 4-star rating, which is only 1% of nonprofit organizations throughout the United States make. And I think that's really key. That means that the money is actually going to the right cause, and fighting this disease. And so when people are sometimes hesitant, I know we're all really like looking at finances and looking at money and where the economy's at today, and donating to a team or an individual for PanCan Purple Stride Orange County, just know that your money is going to the right place and doing for the right cause and really making an impact. And I think that's really key for those that are donating or participating, that the money is going to be used in an effective in a manner, and that's going to help save lives.
Yeah, I always bring up Charity Navigator because that's a nonprofit watchdog for those of you that aren't aware. And like JB said, I believe I'll say 17 years, I know for sure, but I think we just surpassed that as well. But they watch us and make sure that everything is going where you say it is. But you can also go to PanCan's website, pancan.org, and they have their financial things there that you can look at as well, because it's really important that you understand that what you do give is going to where they tell you it's going to. But and then for registration, is there a cost to register?
There is no cost to register. However, if you like to get one of our PanCan Purple Stride Orange County T-shirts, you do need to raise $50 or more. So free to register. You can register again at purplestride.org/OC to register for free. Register your teams, bring your family, friends. You cannot bring your dogs, unfortunately. But you can bring your friends, family, kids, and everybody else, and have a really good time out here at the Big A for sure. So
yeah, and for those of you that maybe like to collect the shirts this year, I'm really excited this year. I really like the shirt that we were actually able to vote on and choose. So it's kind of a heart shape with some little feet marks or shoes in there.
Yeah,
so
shoes.
yeah, it's just something that if you like collecting T-shirts, then that's another good option for you. Another reason to do it maybe. And as far as somebody just ask, what about parking? Is there a cost for parking?
There is no cost to parking. So those that are familiar with Angel Stadium, you would enter off of the Orangewood entrance. So it is on the opposite side that where we parked at last year. So we're on the south side of Angel Stadium this year. Yeah, so enter in through the Orangewood entrance, and it's free parking. Pretty pretty awesome time. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think the tailgating is sort of new. I mean, I think they did it last year, but I think this year we're helping with it. So, is there anything special they need to do if they want to be part of the tailgating part of it?
Yeah, so we'll send out a email notification and also do some social media posts starting next week to have the team captains. They could register on a link that will have a Google form that'll register them. So each of the teams that register for the team tailgating event will have 4 really parking spots that they can bring up to 2 vehicles in, and then they can set up their own tents if they have their own easy up pop-up tents, or their cornhole, or any other games that they want to bring out, and just make it really festive for their team to hang out and have a really good time. Welcome to bring barbecues, so they need to be propane, so no charcoal or anything like that. So if somebody wanted to make your team, pancakes and eggs or something, you're welcome to do anything like that. And just have a really good time with your team. Really cool festive area for you to hang out prior to the walk or after the walk. We will allow the tailgating to remain open until 1:30 p.m. So even though the walk ends and we're really wrapping up about 11:30 with the closing ceremonies and everything, with the event village being done, but you're still welcome to hang out for a little bit after, and still cook hot dogs, I can't even talk, hot dogs if you want, or anything else, just hang out, and I think this will be a little fun event for us to have, so.
Yeah, we're kind of looking forward. Like I said, a lot of people did it last year, but it was just kind of like the spur of the moment. But this is something that's really planned, so I think it'll make it a little bit better for those people because they'll have an area designated for them. So,
Right.
And that information will be going out in the next week or two.
Yeah, the next week. Yeah, so we'll push that out this week, and we just went through everything, planned out how we were going to do the slots and the slot allocations, and yeah. So I think pretty cool this week. You should see something.
And what about volunteers? Do you need volunteers?
Yeah, absolutely. So we always need volunteers. So volunteers are definitely needed. Again, you could register again at purpplestride.org/OC. When you register, so there's a portion in there that says the volunteers. So go ahead and register. You register as a volunteer on there, and then we'll be notified. We'll reach out to you, give you all the details that you need to have for event day volunteers. Volunteers do get some t-shirts, so make sure you do register so we could account for that. So that's really important to make sure that we account for the right number of volunteers for the right number of shirts. And yeah, so
Yeah, the t-shirts go really quickly, so make sure if you want a t-shirt, you really need to get in there to volunteer and register. And unfortunately this year, because it's really hard to determine how many people we're going to actually have, even participant t-shirts I believe are going to be as available. So get in there and get registered and get those funds raised so we can really do what we need to do with our Purple Stride. And looking forward to another year. It'll be 15. Any other special things that we're going to be doing, or anything else you want to throw out there to everybody?
Yeah, I don't think there's too much more. I don't think. And we'll have a photo booth out there. The Angel Strike Force girls will be out there. All the sponsors. I think it's going to be really cool to be up in the front of the stadium this year, and so yeah, I think it's exciting.
Okay, I think Paul has a question or comment.
You forgot the most important feature. OC Talk Radio will be streaming live over the Living Hope Facebook channel, and we're going to try and see if we can keep it up all throughout the time this year. It went down for some reason halfway through. We got through some of the Walk of Fame, or whatever you call it here, Path of Heroes here. But yeah, if JB and the Angels will let us, we're going to go climb up in the secret booth and stream live again here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it was really cool last year to have that. And I think we captured most, if not all, of the Path of Heroes for the folks at homes that weren't able to make it out. And I think having that capability, and so if you're not able to make it out to Orange County, out to Anaheim to the Big A, then
So no excuse. You can't just wake up in the morning and say, I'll just watch it. I'm not going to go. No, you got to go. You got to be there and see it. It's something to experience with everybody. But if you can't be there, or your friends and family outside of the area want to see it, have them go to the Facebook page for Living Hope, where you're probably watching this today, and we're going to be live streaming it again.
Yeah, and it's something too that even if you're able to go back and watch it. I mean, I've watched it a number of times and just been really, it's just, I don't know, just really heart-wrenching to see that, and it gives me a lot of inspiration just to be able to see those stories up there. So if
and of course,
everything
it's the
else,
running commentary that OC Talk Radio provides. It's a lot of added value to it.
there you get that extra with Paul there.
Stats and figures on the game. No, I don't know, whatever.
But for whatever reason, some of it didn't turn out. I think the most important part was the Path of Heroes, and that did come out. So I'm really grateful for that, because it's, like I said, something I've shared with a lot of people. They've wanted to see it, and it's just been amazing. So we're looking forward to it and doing
And
it
I got to
again.
say, we don't show behind the scenes, but what a cool thing. You climb through the bowels of the stadium to the secret spot. I can't tell you, I'm sworn to secrecy. And then you ride this elevator up, and you go through all this big security check and everything here. JB pats you down and everything here. and then and only then do they let you into this. It's like a television. It is a television studio. Yeah. And they have all the things where they're running all the big screens and all the little cameras running around the stadium. I mean, they don't just put a couple of, it's a full-blown production there. There's camera people down on the field capturing as they're running through, just like the players. I mean, it's that same level of production. So to take that and be in the middle of that secret TV room was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the whole event itself is pretty cool. And before we do go, JB, just curious, what's your favorite part of Purple Shine?
Oh man,
OC Talk Radio's live stream, the second most favorite part.
I think for me it is the Path of Heroes. I think that opportunity to showcase those affected by pancreatic cancer is probably the most touching, and then seeing the faces and seeing the emotions of everybody that come in and see that. I think that's really impactful for everybody, and really brings back home to why we're all there. And I think the numbers of people that come in, the amounts of money that we fundraise, and just the overall, I mean, we're all there because of that.
How many people did you have last year? It was a bigger number than you thought.
Right. I think we were at about 1,200. I don't remember
Yeah.
exactly the number, or about 1,200, yeah.
1,200 people come out on a what is Saturday morning?
Saturday morning. Yeah. And it was early, and it's much earlier
Yes.
than Orange County normally does their Purple Shine. We've
Because
been
we had
in
to
the
get out before the game.
yeah,
or
because we've
something.
been in the park before, and park we had to do later because of sound effects and all that, the rules that they had. But so we had to be at Angel Stadium really early, and this year it's a little bit better. It's still earlier than what we've done in the past, but still the walk doesn't start till 9:30. So if you can't get there and you're already registered, there is same-day registration, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So just, when you wait that long, though, you're taking a chance. You may not be able to get a shirt, but, we'll do the best we can for you for
To me,
maybe
what
previous
struck me the
ones.
most was watching. I'd never been to one before. Watching teams, families, friends, remembering, carrying on the fight, the torch for somebody who's left us, somebody who lost the battle. But they've picked the torch up and they're literally carrying it through the field and everything else. And they bring banners and they bring signs. This is team, whatever, Team Tyler and all this stuff.
Mhm.
But then when they see their reaction, when they come into the stadium through the tunnel, and they are up in that giant jumbotron, and they look up and see. Somehow that adds to the whole thing.
Mhm.
They're not forgotten. This is real. How many of us ever get to see how much we struggle to get on the kiss cam, to be shown kissing or waving and everything? How berserk you go and you, that's me up in the thing there. To see that moment in their face, that sort of brings it all home. These people are still with us, and there are people still carrying on the fight.
Yeah, that's why we started the Path of Heroes, to keep those names and faces in the limelight. And for those of you who come out, if you don't have a team sign, we'll have an area for you there where you can make a team sign. So that way, when you come across it, that will be on there as well. So if you forget a sign, come and to the area. I think it's called
Yeah.
Team Craft Area or something. But come there, make your team sign. But I think for me, people don't understand how much work and what really goes in. I mean, we start planning this a year in advance, and to see it all come together, and then nothing ever really goes as planned. But when the participants have no clue what didn't work, it's just really, it just
Yeah.
makes it so much better and brings it all home to see their faces and know that they've come out, they've had a great time, they've honored or remembered their person, their loved one. And I think we all consider them, they're part of our family. They become, like JB said, part of a Purple family. Whether you want us or not, you're stuck with us once you get it. So,
And the other part I liked was the Roberta's Secret tequila tent afterwards. I don't know if everybody knew where that was. But
no, they
The
didn't. So
margarita.
thank you there, Paul.
yeah.
We won't tell that part because we're not
Okay.
supposed to have anything like that there. So I want to thank you, JP, again for coming. I don't know if there's anything you want to throw in
No,
there
I'm
really
sorry.
quick.
There was no tequila tent.
He's just joking, very much so.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you having me back on and being able to talk about Tyler and of course.
Can we thank the Angels for doing? This isn't easy, and I know there's costs that people get covered, but you guys could definitely not do this. I mean, this is a pain in the butt to clean up and set up and everything. There's a lot of people there. You don't just open the doors and they walk in. I was struck. There's security, there's parking, there's all these camera people, there's coordination, there's people you're running around little carts and stuff. This is a big deal. I thank you on behalf of this organization and us for opening your doors and letting us in there.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to have everybody involved, and I think there's a lot of work that goes into it. And whether it's the volunteers have a massive role in that, and I think it's really key to obviously thank everybody that's been a part of that. Like we said, it's a year-long event that year-long planning that goes into it. A lot of man hours, and so definitely appreciate everybody that helps out with that for sure.
Yeah, we do
Dedicates a
too.
lot of time.
Yeah. The Angels have been amazing. You've been amazing. And when you retired from the service, we snapped you up before anybody else could. So, we wanted to make sure to get you. So we appreciate everything that you've done as an affiliate, but also with your help with the Angels, because you knew how badly we wanted to be there and made it happen. So we want to, I guess we'll dedicate the show to you and the Angels, to Tyler and to his parents for sharing sharing him with us for all that time.
The
And
real Angels.
there
still
you
with
go.
us.
The very real Angels, those that are still here on earth with us and maybe and not. But yes, we have very many Angels that we want to thank and just really dedicate this episode to. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. Some of the angels and the stories that go along with them that we share each and every week on Living Hope, your journey with pancreatic cancer. Show designed to provide hope, inspiration, and education for all those living with pancreatic cancer, the whole extended world around them, sharing the real-life stories of what they really go through on a daily basis and how they deal with it. And if you're dealing with it and would like some help, there are certainly resources. PanCan's one of them. Just contact Patient Services at 877-2-PANCAN. That's 877-2-PANCAN for the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. For the OC Talk Radio Network, I'm Paul Roberts, thanking you for joining us, hoping you'll share this conversation with somebody else, and hoping you'll share the day with us. Is April 29th? We got it right? April 29th, the next Purple Stride event out at Ange Stadium.